Immortal beloveds, I really dread when I go to a place where I have to interact with clones due to these societal rules of engagement that we call politeness. But today it was really interesting because somebody asked me, now granted, he's a little more intelligent from what it looks like. Somebody asked me, if you were to go back in a time machine type thing, and at that moment I was like, time, not computing, time, not computing. But I was thinking, okay, just let him talk. He goes, if you were to go back in time to January 1st of this year, and I'm thinking, year doesn't exist, um, what would you tell them? And I thought, my immediate reply was, them. And um, he goes, yeah, like other people. And at the same time, my thinking was other people, not computing. And I don't know, I just kind of, mm, I said something pretty neutral, like, um, I don't talk to other people, I only talk to you. And he kind of just stopped and was sort of shocked. But my point of where I'm going with this conversation is that this is a very low abstract platform. Um, the people that you see around, if the universe is a giant computer program, the people that you see around basically barely push the button for a basic computer. At the same time, you guys are like a super quantum computer because you actually trump, hate to use that word, but you actually trump all computers, even the super quantum computers, even the network of super quantum computers that is throughout the universe, because computers need things. They need power. You have your own power. You have your own loosh, your own life energy. Computers also need input information. You don't need input and information because you input your own information. You create your own information. Computers need a certain structure, a programming language. You are the one that has that programming language. I'm studying computers because, well, first of all, I've always been fascinated, but the reason why I didn't go into computer science is because of my Rh negative blood status, and I shut down all technology. I think my language overrides their language. My everything just freezes around me. They just can't, and it's not even when I push a button. They just the information's languages are just not compatible. And see, I always thought because I'm so intelligent, right? And I thought, well, because I come from an intelligent family and everything always came easy to me, blah blah blah. But for me, for example, let's just give a more human example. Relationships are excruciating. Now, when I was a little bit younger, I was kind of like, all right, what's going on? I was trying to figure out, their so-called programming language. But then I realized in time that my thinking is just way too advanced for what humans do. And it's fine on a minimal interaction, like the communication tree that you engage when you talk to somebody at Walgreens or the gas station. But the communication tree that is running in my head, it's like I'm running endless trees in my head. I am a super quantum computer. I have, all those four states running at the same time. Um, so that's the reason why problem solving has come so easy but yet so difficult for me, because if you give me a problem, I solve it to you in four different ways or many different ways. And sometimes it's a little difficult for people that live on a low abstract level. Low abstract level basically means that they don't question anything. Their thinking and their communication is just very banal, very basic. Um, So that's the reason why you guys are on this channel, because you know that there's something more going on. Because yes, the universe is technically a dream, and it is you. You are the dreamer dreaming a dream. You are the programmer programming your computer, your program. And these things that you see around you, I call them these fucking things. These fucking things that you see around you, they're not people. They're not. If you notice that such a discrepancy lately, and maybe it's because of the age of information, because we're more aware of it now. But the platform basically has opened itself up. But if you notice, it's just we're not compatible. Anything that they say, I don't even understand. I don't even know how to reply. How am I going to reply to anything that basic and low abstract when I'm running all these super abstract communication trees with qubits at the same time, and I am a qubit. So, and they are basically just a binary bit, if that. So yeah, it's becoming excruciating, and I really think that that I hate to sound very radical, but I think that humans, we as the universe have built humans to serve both of our agendas up until the very end, when the real deal shows up, the real gods show up. Just the normal humans just they've outrun their purpose. Yeah, so I don't know. Basically, only the strong will survive to some extent. Because, see, we built humans, which is like Hugh man. Okay, so Hugh is part of nature and man is part of machine. So we build these humans to access both communication trees, so to speak, nature and artificial. But because they run a very low basic language, because that was their purpose. Their purpose was to be builders and not to be thinkers. Because they're running such a low basic language of 1 and 0 versus you guys are running a super quantum, super qubit information, it just, we're no longer, we can't communicate. I can't communicate with anybody anymore. I mean, yeah, can I switch into a low abstract mode? Yeah, but the question is for you to advance to my level, not for me to degress to your level. And if I have to digress to a low abstract level, that's wonderful. I can say, yeah, it's a beautiful sunny day, and yeah, isn't it terrible you have to wear a mask? But why? Why would I? Why would I? I get nothing out of it, and it sounds a little bit selfish, but I am getting something out of everything, because technically that's why we're here. We are here to well, we were playing in low power mode for a while because that's why we came here, to rest. And we also came here to advance the low level of basic communication. But at the same time, I'm not interested in what you have to say. I mean, I hate to use biblical type references, but it's like you're the God walking through your garden. And what do you see? And why would you even talk to them? That would, oh God, I can't even imagine. It's like, oh. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now in this world. Yeah. Now, I tend to, a thought came to me in the middle of my dream last night. Dreams are amazing lately. Oh my gosh, just surreal and beautiful. But something came in my dream last night that peace resets the qubits. Peace basically is a state that instantly advances the low abstract into the high abstract. And that's the reason why Jesus and the Essenes, I mean, these guys were like, high level, computer magicians basically of the universe. They said peace. Just don't say anything. Just don't reply. Or if you reply with something that is a quantum level, high abstract reply. Something that's like, well, why do you think that is so? And how do you imagine that? It reminds me a lot of parenting, or so-called education, where you are the one that is inspiring, because see, inspire means in spirit. So you are the one that is infusing that higher quantum state into people just by not saying anything. Another thing I was going to talk to you guys about. Oh yeah, I was watching the movie Coherence, which is, to be honest, one of my all-time favorites. I think I've watched it about 3 times, and every time I watch it, I get something out of it. It's wonderful. Basically, it's a group of friends that has dinner, and there's some sort of celestial type event, and all of a sudden they are allegedly either imagining an alternate reality, or they are interacting with an alternate reality. Now, what's in your mind is technically reality. So, whether it was a state of mind or a state of actuality, that's for you to decide. But you know, I used to believe that you exist in multiple versions of the universe, like a multiverse. That's why my previous channel was called Holographic Multiverse, because I used to believe that you exist in multiverses. Well, you, as the universal quantum computer, exist in all the universes because they're all within you. But you, as whatever you are in this lifetime, you don't exist anywhere else. It's just not possible, because the decision tree would affect you and alter you so dramatically that you would not be recognizable. And that's the reason why we invented lives like these, where we basically, I live as you. So I can hate on you. So I basically don't hate on myself. So the state of coherence is a very interesting one. I still have to think about that. I mean, technically, when the computer hits all zeros, all circles, technically, I think they even say that in movie Matrix, right? Doesn't Cypher's the only one that exits the program. The Cypher basically is the symbol of zero, or the circle. Basically, you're just not taking any kind of action at all. No reply, no action. So no action is clears the computer. So zero is the most powerful symbol and so-called number of the entire universe. Yes. So yeah, in terms of coherence, the only place of coherence is a place of complete and utter peace and non-duality. Until then, there's always some sort of division. And if you notice, even in this realm, we have technically two species, war and peace. They're the peaceful people. They're kind of like going with the flow. And then there are the warring people. That are constantly the so-called movers and shakers. They're just constantly disturbing the peace. I believe that most humans should be charged with disturbance of peace, because look at the bullshit that all they do is just talk and talk and talk, and it's like there's there are no events of any kind. It's just all talk, and it's the power of suggestion. The only power there is the power to suggest and the power to walk away. So those are the only two states. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this talk, and stay in peace in Lakesh.